morning and Jai Hind children. Welcome back to your chemistry class. Children, we were doing the language of chemistry in this chapter. So I hope now you are pretty much clear about the first 20 elements and how the electrons are filled in the shells. Alright, so now today children, this class is very important. So today we will learn what is valency, what is octet rule, that the question that you have asked yesterday. So we'll talk about valencies, we'll talk about the octet rule and how by the crisscross method these formulas are being made. Alright, how we will form a compound out of these formulas. Alright, so let's quickly start with it. Children, please get ready with your rough notebook, pen and whatever I am writing here, you can write it down in your rough notebook. Alright, so let's get started with today's class. So we are doing language of chemistry. So children, I hope you are pretty much clear about the first 20 elements. Alright, so now let's start with it. First we'll talk about the octet rule. Alright, so what is octet and what is octet rule, we'll talk about it today. So first we'll see what is octet rule. Children, octet rule, octet, oct means 8. Oct का क्या मतलब होता है? 8. जैसे कि मैंने आप लोग को कल की क्लास में ये चीज समझाई थी कि अगर आपके आउटर मोस्ट शेल में there are 8 electrons, then that element is said to be stable. और जितने भी एलिमेंट है, there are so many elements that we know, every element is working for getting the stability. And what is stability? Stability is completing this octet. Alright, I'll again show you the example. Again I'll take the example of oxygen. So the atomic number of oxygen is 8. Alright. And when we'll draw the atomic structure of oxygen, we'll have in center, this is nucleus, we'll have the first shell and then we'll have the second shell. So the maximum number of electron in first shell is 2. So here we will write 2. There we have 2 electrons. I hope it is visible. So we have 2 electrons here. Alright. And we are now left with 6 electrons. So now we'll add the 6 electrons here. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Alright. So in the outermost shell of oxygen there are 6 electrons. Alright. What is stability? Stability is getting the 8 number of electron. 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Like we have taken the example of neon. Neon is having 10 atomic number. So if we draw the structure of neon, so in the center first shell will have 2 electrons and in the outermost shell will have 8 electrons. Isn't it? तब जाके ये टोटल कितना होगा? 10 होगा. अंदर 2 बाहर 8, तब जाके कितना होगा? ये 10 होगा. So this is called stable. ये क्या है? Stable है. But oxygen is not stable. क्यों stable नहीं है? क्योंकि इसके outer most shell में 8 electrons नहीं है. So this is octet rule. What is octet rule? Octet rule says that the outermost shell of an element should have 8 electrons to attain its stability. Outermost shell of electron, जितने भी हम लोग elements देख रहे हैं, उसके outermost shell में 8 electrons होने चाहिए, तभी हम उसको stable मानेंगे. Even if we are taking the third shell that is having maximum of 18 electrons, उसमें भी अगर 8 electrons हैं तो उसको हम stable समझेंगे. Got it? Every element is working towards its stability. Now the question is, अगर हमें ऑक्सीजन को स्टेबल करना है तो हमें इसको क्या करना होगा? सो इन द आउटर मोस्ट शेल वी हैव 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. टू मेक इट स्टेबल, what we can do is either there are 3 possibilities for which like we can make any element stable. What are the 3 possibilities? First, we can add electron. We can add electron. Second, we can remove electron to make it stable. Alright. And third is we can share electrons. Alright. So there are 3 possibilities. First, we can add electron. Second, we can remove electron, or we can share electrons. So these are the 3 possibilities by which we can make any element stable. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया? तो अब आइए इस पे वापस से हम आते हैं ऑक्सीजन पे. तो ऑक्सीजन in outermost shell is having 6 electron. I think this is clear to you. Now, to become or to make it stable, we require 2 more electrons to be added to make this element stable, isn't it? So now we are adding, we can add 2 electrons here to make it stable. Clear? अगर हम कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐड कर रहे हैं, and we know electron is negative charge, if we are adding 2 electrons, so the charge over oxygen will be minus. So the charge over oxygen will be 2 minus. Got it? Clear? And if we are removing the electron, तो उसमें से क्या हो रहा है? नेगेटिव चार्ज निकल रहा है. और अगर नेगेटिव चार्ज निकलेगा तो उसको हम क्या चार्ज देंगे? प्लस चार्ज देंगे. सो दिस वाज अबाउट द नेगेटिव चार्ज. तो ऑक्सीजन क्या हो जाएगा? 2 माइनस. गॉट इट? एंड दिस 2 दैट वी आर एडिंग टू मेक इट स्टेबल इज इट्स valency. Got it? This is called its valency. So the valency of oxygen will be minus 2. So what is the valency of oxygen? The valency of oxygen is minus 2 because we require 2 electrons. We will add 2 electrons to make it stable. Got it? Let's take another example. Let's take the example of sodium, that is Na. Okay, so the symbol of sodium is Na. What is the atomic number of sodium? The atomic number of sodium is 11, isn't it? The atomic number of sodium is 11. So now let's make the structure of sodium. This is the center. First shell will have 2 electrons. Second shell will have 8 electrons. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Children, please along with me you can also draw this. So please try to draw the structure of sodium, that is Na. So here we have, so in total कितने electrons हुए? 10 electrons हो गए. Now we are left with 1 electron. So in the third shell there will be 1 electron. Clear? This structure is clear. अब ये बताइए मुझे, अब हमें इसके आउटर मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. ठीक है, अब हमें इस सोडियम को भी स्टेबल करना है. सोडियम भी क्या चाहता है कि हम स्टेबल हो जाए. तो अगर हमें इस सोडियम को स्टेबल करना है तो हमें इसके आउटर मोस्ट शेल में 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स चाहिए, isn't it? हमको इसके आउटर मोस्ट शेल में क्या चाहिए? 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो आई हैव टोल्ड यू टू किसी चीज को स्टेबल करने के लिए या तो हम उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐड करते हैं या इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करते हैं और या हम इलेक्ट्रॉन को शेयर करते हैं. गॉट इट? दीज आर द ओनली 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज टू मेक एनी एलिमेंट स्टेबल. क्लियर? अब हमें ये बताइए कि अगर हमें इस ऑक्टेट को पूरा करना है तो या तो हम इसमें 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ऐड करें या हम इसमें से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को माइनस करें. तो which is more easier and which is more feasible if we talk about the energy? What is more feasible? Removal of one electron is more easy than adding 7 electrons. 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन को ऐड करना is difficult than removing one electron, isn't it? So in the same way, now what we are going to do is, this is not possible. To add 7 electrons is not possible, but to remove one electron from the outermost shell is easy. तो अगर हम इसके outermost shell से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को निकाल दे रहे हैं तो हमारा ये शेल खत्म हो जा रहा है. ये शेल क्या हो रहा है? अब इस शेल में कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं है, तो इसके अंदर वाले शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है? 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. तो ये क्या हो गया? स्टेबल हो गया. ये स्टेबल हो गया. तो अब इसके आउटर मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन? 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. हमने क्या किया? एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव कर दिया. ओके, एंड whenever we are removing one electron, so when this will be Na plus, this will be Na plus. All right, so the valency of sodium will be, the valency of sodium will be beta, it will be plus 1. Clear? This will be the valency of sodium. Got it? Let's take another example. Let's take the example of chlorine again. So the atomic number of chlorine is 17. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. So now we have to draw the structure of chlorine. So inner will have 2 electrons. Then we have next, it will have 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 electrons. Alright, टोटल कितने हो गए? 10. अब हम इसके एक और आउटर मोस्ट शेल बनाएंगे. कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बचे हैं हमारे पास? 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बचे. तो हम ये 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बनाएंगे. दैट इज 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Alright, so अब इसके आउटर मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं? 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं. According to octet rule, to make it stable, we require 1 electron. How much electron we require? We require 1 electron. 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, हमको एक इलेक्ट्रॉन और ऐड करना है, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? स्टेबल हो जाएगा. So we will add 1 electron to make it stable. Alright, and if we are adding electrons, so charge will be minus. So if we are adding 1 electron, so the charge will be Cl minus. Got it? So the valency of chlorine will be, minus 1. Clear? Clear with this concept? I'll take one more example. Let's take the example of aluminium. So the atomic number of aluminium is 13. The atomic number of aluminium is 13, isn't it? So now please draw the structure of this aluminium. Hurry up. So first shell, second shell. Here we have 2 electrons. Then we will have 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 electrons. We are left with 3 electrons. So in the outermost shell again, what we will add? We will add 3 electrons. Alright. Now according to octet rule, इस octet rule के according हमें बाहर के shell में 8 electrons चाहिए. We have 3 electrons. So how much electron needs to be added? How much electron needs to be added, children? We have to add 5 electrons to make it stable. Or what we can do? We can remove 3 electrons to make it stable. Isn't it? So which is more easier? To remove 3 electrons is easier. charge will be Al plus 3. Clear? Because we are removing 3 electrons, so charge will be plus 3. Clear? Now what is the valency of aluminium? What is the valency of aluminium? The valency of aluminium will be plus 3. Clear? I hope it is clear. So this will be the valency of aluminium. Now the question is, ये तो clear है, अगर हमें एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करना है तो हो गया, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करना है हो गया, 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करना है हो गया. What if we have 4 electrons? What if we have 4 electrons? So let's see, let's take that example. Let's take the example of carbon. Alright, so what is the atomic number of carbon? The atomic number of carbon is 14. The atomic number of carbon is 14. Let's check first. So I hope everybody is having that table. Let's check first. What is the atomic number of carbon? Sorry, the atomic number of carbon is 6. So I was confused. So I'm sorry. Let's come back to the board. Okay. So the atomic number of carbon is 6. Clear? Let's draw the structure of carbon. In the inner shell there will be 2 electrons. In next shell there will be 4 electrons, isn't it? 1, 2, 3 and 4. ठीक है? कितने electrons हो गए? 4. So total is 6. So the atomic number of carbon is 6, and in the outermost shell we have 4 electrons. Now to make it stable, either we have to add 4 electrons or we have to remove 4 electrons. Okay? या तो हम 4 electron को remove करें या हम 4 electron को add करें. Isn't it? Either we'll remove 4 electron or we'll add 4 electron. So in both the condition, there will be a heavy loss of energy, which is not easy. So in that case, in such cases, what happens? There is a sharing of electrons. There is sharing of electrons. हम ऐसे किसी एलिमेंट से इसको शेयर करेंगे जिसके पास 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्री है, या तो हम किसी ऐसे से शेयर करेंगे जिसके पास एक एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, वो सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स देना चाहता हो. टेक फॉर एग्जांपल, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, बिकॉज वी हैव टू ऐड 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड वी हैव टू रिमूव 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, so the valency of carbon will be plus 4 and minus 4 both. The valency of carbon can be both plus 4 or minus 4 because both possibilities are there. Got it? So now what is the sharing of electron? Let's see. So by sharing of electrons only, the 2 or more atoms combine together to form a compound or a molecule. Okay, so we'll take the example of carbon. First let's see the simplest element, that is hydrogen, and how sharing is done in that case. So let's take the example of hydrogen. So we know the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Alright. So to make hydrogen stable, this is the positive charge. To make hydrogen stable, there is 1 electron here in the outermost shell. So to make hydrogen stable, what we can do, we can either remove 1 electron or we can add 1 electron. Alright, because in case of hydrogen and helium, because they are the smallest atom and they have only 1 and 2 atomic number, so here in this case, the octet rule doesn't follow, because बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट कंप्लीट द 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन, क्योंकि उसमें एक या दो ही एटॉमिक नंबर ही होता है, एक या दो इलेक्ट्रॉन ही होते हैं। तो ऑक्टेट रूल यहाँ पे फॉलो नहीं होगा, यहाँ पे डुप्लेक्स रूल फॉलो होता है, दैट इज द outermost shell should have 2 electrons only in case of hydrogen and helium. All right, so hydrogen is having 1 electron in the outermost shell, तो या तो ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव कर दे या तो ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को ऐड कर दे। सो द वैलेंसी ऑफ हाइड्रोजन कैन बी both, it can be +1 or it can be -1. Clear? It can be +1 or it can be -1. Now to make it stable, it can share the electron to form H2. It can share the electron to form H2. Now how it will share the electron? हाइड्रोजन है, इसके आउटरमोस्ट शेल में एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ठीक है। दूसरा हाइड्रोजन है, इसके भी आउटरमोस्ट शेल में एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ठीक। Now what they will do? They will share the electrons. इसने भी शेयर किया इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन और इसने भी शेयर किया इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन, and they will form a bond between this. Got it? So this is called sharing of electron. The same thing will happen in case of carbon. There will be the sharing of electron in case of carbon also. Got it? And by this sharing of electron only, the compounds are formed. By sharing, the compounds are formed. Now what we can do is, let's take the example of few compounds. Let's take the example of NaCl. What is NaCl, children? NaCl is what is NaCl? NaCl is sodium chloride, that is common salt, isn't it? So NaCl is sodium chloride, that is common salt. Okay, so what is the valency of sodium? We have just seen. So the valency of sodium is +1, isn't it? अभी हम लोगों ने इससे पहले देखा था कि सोडियम की वैलेंसी कितनी थी? +1 थी। क्लोरीन की वैलेंसी कितनी थी? -1 थी। इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि सोडियम को स्टेबल होने के लिए अपने में से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव करना है और क्लोरीन को स्टेबल होने के लिए अपने में एक इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐड करना है। तो ये दोनों क्या करेंगे? आपस में बात करेंगे कि तुम्हें एक इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालना है तो तुम हमें दे दो। क्लोरीन कहेगा कि मेरे पास एक एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन, मुझे एक इलेक्ट्रॉन की जरूरत है तो तुम मुझे दे दो। गॉट इट? सोडियम कहेगा कि मेरे पास ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तुम ले लो। गॉट इट? सो बाय दिस they will share the electron and will form a compound. Let's see the structure. So let's form the structure of sodium first. So sodium is having 11 atomic number. So here in the center we have 2. So this is the first. In the center first shell we'll have 2. In the second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And in the outermost shell we'll have 1 electron. Alright. Similarly in case of chlorine, I am just drawing the outermost shell. So in the outermost shell they will have how much electron? 7 electrons. Alright. I am just making it as cross so that it is clear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. इसको एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करना है, इसको एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लेना है, ठीक। इसने अपना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन किसको दे दिया? क्लोरीन को दे दिया, ठीक। अब जब इसने अपना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लोरीन को दे दिया तो इसके ऊपर कौन सा चार्ज आएगा? सोडियम के ऊपर प्लस। ओके, क्लोरीन को एक इलेक्ट्रॉन दिया, उसने ऐड किया तो इसके ऊपर कौन सा चार्ज आएगा? Cl माइनस। गॉट इट? सो इफ we'll write the formula, it will be what? Na plus Cl minus. Got it? Na plus Cl minus. ठीक। अब अगर हमको इसको क्रिस क्रॉस मेथड पे लिखना है तो हम कैसे लिखते हैं? So there is a method, there are certain steps that we need to follow that you have already studied in class 7. So what is the first step? So first step is, first we'll write the symbol. First step is, we'll write the symbol. Okay. तो आपको question है, the question is draw or form the formula of sodium chloride by crisscross method. तो कैसे करेंगे? First step is to write the symbol of this. So what is the symbol? Symbol is Na and Cl. Alright, Na is sodium, chloride is Cl. Okay. Step 2 is to write their valencies. Step 2 is to write their valencies. Now children, I hope you will remember how to write the valency. Now you can write all the valencies of first 20 elements. Okay. So here is the valency. So the valency of sodium is +1 and the valency of chlorine is -1. Got it? Now we will crisscross it. The valency of sodium will be crossed with chlorine and the valency of chlorine will be crossed with sodium. Okay? तो अब हम क्या लिखेंगे? What is the third step? We will crisscross it. So sodium will be 1, chlorine will be 1. Okay? Chlorine will be 1 and sodium will be 1. So what we will write? The formula is NaCl. I think you are not able to see it. So I am writing here. The formula will be NaCl. Got it? So this is the crisscross method by which we will write the formulas. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, fine. Let's see another example. Let's see the example of aluminium chloride. Aluminium chloride. I don't know what is the formula. So you have to write the formula of aluminium chloride. Okay. So what is the first step? First step is you will write the symbol. Alright. So what is the symbol of aluminium? It is Al. Symbol of chlorine is Cl. Clear? What is next step is we will write the valency. So what is the valency of aluminium? We have just seen in few previous times. Valency is +3. Okay? Clear? And the chlorine valency is -1. So now what is the third step? We will crisscross it. So we will cross here and we will cross here. So what we will write? Al will be 1 and Cl will be 3. Isn't it? Al will be 1 and Cl will be 3. So we don't generally write 1. Okay? So the formula will be what? Formula will be AlCl3. Got it? The formula is AlCl3. Clear? So by this way, this is the crisscross method. By this way you form a formula. And to form a formula, very important thing, we should know the valencies of all the first 20 elements. Like generally first 20 elements only come in the exams. So you should know the first 20 elements and their valency. Okay. I am sending you the table of first 20 elements with their symbols, with their valencies. Okay. There is one trick to learn all these valencies. This I will tell you in the next class. Okay. So there is trick to follow. And children, I hope you have drawn table 3 and table 4. What is there in that and what else you have to write in your fair notebook, this also I will tell you in the next class. Okay. So that's all about today's class. I hope you have understood about what is valency, how we form the valency, and what is the octet rule, and this crisscross method, that is reverse method. Okay, so that's all about today's class, children. Thank you, and Jai Hind, children.